Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Mindset Matters, the podcast dedicated to helping you unlock your full potential. It's a real pleasure to have you join us. And for all our valued listeners, engaging with programs like ours is a truly excellent way to sharpen your English listening and speaking skills. So, you're not merely gaining insights into personal growth, you're also enhancing your language proficiency at the same time. I'm your host, Ira, and I'm absolutely delighted to commence with a rather distinguished guest today. We have a genuine enthusiast of self-improvement and productivity, Mr. Alan. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you, Ira. It's splendid to be here and to discuss a subject about which I feel quite passionate. What a perfectly fitting way to launch Mindset Matters.
We are indeed thrilled to have you. Today, we delve into James Clear's highly influential book, Atomic Habits. Alan, for those unfamiliar with it, could you begin by explaining the surprising power of atomic habits? What is it about these small habits that makes them so remarkably potent?
The potency, Ira, stems from compounding. Much like financial interest, tiny daily improvements, becoming just 1% better each day, accumulate into truly substantial results over time. It underlines consistency as more crucial than sheer intensity, leading to exponential growth.
That compounding effect is certainly quite revealing. It naturally links to the notion that your habits shape your identity, and vice versa. How do our routine actions influence the person we become, and conversely, how does our self-perception then affect our habits?
Each time you perform a habit, you effectively cast a vote for the kind of person you aspire to be. Consistently tidying your space, for example, reinforces an identity as an organized individual. This identity, in turn, solidifies the behavior. It's a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle.
So, it's about embodying the person who already performs these desirable actions. Clear outlines how to build better habits in 4 simple steps, or laws. Could you concisely present these 4 foundational steps?
Certainly, Ira. These principles are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. They form the core framework for systematically arranging your environment and actions to encourage good habits and deter less desirable ones.
A clear framework indeed. Let's touch upon a common pitfall. The book asserts that motivation is overrated, environment often matters more. Why is relying purely on motivation often an unsustainable approach when attempting to change habits?
Motivation is, by its nature, transient. It fluctuates. Environmental design, however, offers much greater reliability. If your surroundings are structured for success, beneficial habits become almost automatic, irrespective of your enthusiasm at any given moment.
So, we should arrange our world for inevitable success. This directly leads to the secret to self-control. If willpower isn't the primary factor, what, in Clear's view, truly constitutes the secret?
The secret is to render cues for undesirable habits invisible. Those with superior self-control often spend less time in tempting situations. They proactively avoid exposure rather than constantly engaging in a battle of wills.
That represents a significant change in perspective. Moving to the make it attractive law, Clear suggests methods to make a habit irresistible. How might we genuinely make a new, desired habit feel more appealing?
By employing temptation bundling. This involves pairing an activity you genuinely want to do with one you need to do. For example, only allowing yourself to listen to your preferred podcast whilst doing household chores. This harnesses existing desires.
That's a rather ingenious approach. What role do our social connections play? Clear explores the role of family and friends in shaping your habits. How profound is the influence of our social circles on our personal routines?
Their influence is absolutely immense. We instinctively imitate the habits of those close to us, the majority, and those we hold in high regard. Aligning yourself with a group where your desired behavior is considered the norm is exceptionally effective.
So, judiciously choosing our associates is paramount. For individuals grappling with undesirable behaviors, Clear offers guidance on how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. What is a crucial initial step in identifying these underlying causes?
The essential first step is cultivating awareness. Utilize a habit scorecard to meticulously record your daily activities. This process helps illuminate unconscious behaviors, bringing them into conscious recognition, enabling you to address them directly.
Awareness is indeed powerful. The book also advocates for patience with the principle, walk slowly, but never backward. What is the fundamental message here concerning consistency versus striving for perfection?
It signifies that progress is seldom linear, and setbacks are inevitable. The objective isn't flawless execution, but crucially, to never miss twice. If you falter one day, ensure you recommence the very next. Long-term consistency outweighs short-term intensity.
Never miss twice, a truly valuable mantra. And regarding making things easier, Clear discusses the law of least effort. How does minimizing friction allow us to adopt beneficial habits more readily?
We are inherently predisposed to follow the path requiring the least effort. Make good habits effortless. Prepare your exercise attire the evening prior. Make undesirable habits difficult. Unplug your television after each use. Less effort means greater adherence.
Reducing friction certainly seems vital. For anyone combating procrastination, Clear's solution often involves how to stop procrastinating by using the 2-minute rule. How does this tiny rule yield such significant results?
The 2-minute rule stipulates that any new habit should take under 2 minutes to commence. Its purpose is to drastically lower the activation energy. If you aim to write, simply write one sentence. It's about initiating, not completing.
It's about overcoming that initial inertia. Building upon these principles, the ultimate aim is how to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. What is the overarching strategy to achieve this state?
The strategy involves systematically designing your environment and your daily routines such that desirable behaviors become the default settings. It's about automating good choices, thereby reducing the constant reliance on sheer willpower.
So, essentially, creating an autopilot for positive actions. Clear also introduces what he terms the cardinal rule of behavior change. What is this fundamental principle?
It is elegantly simple. What is rewarded is repeated. What is punished is avoided. If you wish for a behavior to persist, ensure it delivers immediate satisfaction. This applies, equally, to forming good habits and eliminating detrimental ones.
That immediate satisfaction loop is indeed incredibly potent. For listeners seeking to understand how to stick with good habits every day, what is one crucial tool or mindset they should adopt?
Beyond the 4 laws, a habit tracker can be profoundly effective. Visually observing your progress, that unbroken chain, provides instant satisfaction, and serves as a powerful motivator to continue. Do not break the chain.
Habit trackers are popular, for very good reason. What about external reinforcement? Clear highlights how an accountability partner can change everything. Why is this such an effective strategy?
An accountability partner introduces a social cost to inaction. The knowledge that someone is checking on your progress, or that you'll need to justify any lapses, provides external impetus that truly bolsters internal drive.
The constructive application of social pressure. The book also addresses the truth about talent, when genes matter and when they don't. How does Clear balance innate ability with the role of habit formation?
While our genetic predispositions influence our natural inclinations, habits determine the extent to which we cultivate those strengths. Clear wisely states, genes predispose, habits propose. It is about aligning habits with your natural aptitudes.
So, playing to one's strengths and building habits around them. Clear introduces the Goldilocks rule, how to stay motivated in life and work. What does this rule suggest is the ideal challenge level for sustaining motivation?
It posits that we are most engaged when undertaking tasks of manageable difficulty, challenging enough to be interesting, but not so arduous as to be disheartening. This Goldilocks zone promotes optimal motivation and growth.
Finding that ideal balance for growth. Finally, Alan, a balanced perspective is essential. Clear also discusses the downside of creating good habits. What is a potential pitfall of relying too heavily on established habits?
The primary drawback is that habits can become unthinking. It is vital to regularly review and refine our routines to ensure they remain purposeful and truly serve us, rather than merely going through the motions. Self-awareness is paramount.
That's a crucial point to remember. Maintaining purpose within our routine. Alan, this has been an exceptionally insightful discussion, covering so many powerful facets of atomic habits. Your expertise has truly illuminated these concepts for us.
My absolute pleasure, Ira. Thank you immensely for having me on this inaugural episode.
And thank you, our wonderful listeners, for tuning into the very first episode of Mindset Matters. We are truly delighted you're here to embark on this journey with us, and we sincerely hope you continue to utilize our discussions to improve your potential in English listening and speaking. Remember, small changes truly led to significant results. Do join us next time for further insights on personal growth and development. Until then, keep those atomic habits growing.